How we doing?
Welcome to the show.
Hey everyone. Jim Rat Pat back in the house with me, LarryOlubamiwo, and
Liam Rock.
and
Damien Ashley.
and we are here with another show to give you our perspective as gym rats and actors, professional actors, on the entertainment industry, specifically movies and TV. So we've been reading a lot of the comments that we've been getting. We always read the comments and we try to reply as much as we can. And we have had a load from the Fallout trailer reaction. And I feel like, we all feel like we're being misunderstood a little bit when we do trailer reactions. So this first topic that we're going to do is about how and why we do trailer reactions. So let me just go into it a little bit first. So everyone's going to speak on their own about it, but in general, why we do trailer reactions is because trailers are a marketing tool for a film or TV program. They're not the actual TV program. So the job of a trailer, as we've mentioned a few times on this show, and various other guys like John Campion in particular have mentioned, the job of a trailer is to increase your excitement for that particular project. Even if your excitement is way up there, it's supposed to increase it even more, like make you giddy to watch the project. That's the job of a trailer. That's the only job of a trailer, right? Now, the job of a trailer is anyway. So saying that's the job of a trailer. When we react to trailers, we are reacting to that trailer to the film. We are not literally reacting to the film because we haven't seen the film yet. So if the trailer doesn't depict that film or the subject matter properly or in a clear, concise way, we are going to comment on it and we are going to react to it in a way that we would react to something like that. There's certain subject matters that I feel people are taking our reactions out of context. So with the Fallout trailer, for instance, we weren't commenting on the situation of what happened in that film, the school shooting. We were commenting on how the trailer depicted that happening in the film and depicted the reactions of the different protagonists and antagonists in the film. So you need to understand that we're not trying to be insensitive. We're not trying to offend anyone with our reactions. We are literally, because we're watching this for the first time as well. That's another thing that you need to keep in mind. So
we don't pre-watch it.
Right. We don't because there has to be a genuine reaction. But yeah, I think I've said enough. I can comment later on. Leon, what do you have to say about...
Well, I have a few things to say.
Please.
First of all, like Larry explained, it's an advertisement. So I'm going on how the film was advertised. Now, some people comments in the bottom, underneath, they said, it was a bit insensitive and this and that. And just because the topic is deep and meaningful doesn't make it a great film, doesn't make it a great watch, doesn't mean that I'm going to like it. So, for example, when I watched that trailer, now I'm going a bit deep, but I never saw the person that did it. Mm-hmm. I never saw his backstory. Mm-hmm. I never saw his life. Mm-hmm. I never saw the parents of the children that had died. I hadn't seen the knock-on effect. I just saw two girls' experience from hearing a shooting in a toilet. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't actually tell me anything. Mm-hmm. So I can't not be insensitive because that trailer didn't tell me anything. Yeah. What did they witness? Yeah. Were they their friends? Mm-hmm. Did they know them? Did they only hear gunshots? Mm-hmm. Like, it didn't explain anything. Yeah. So therefore, my want to watch it was limited.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, meh.
Yeah.
You know, if just because a slave film comes out doesn't mean I want to watch it. If you're not presenting, everything's presentation, everything's advertisement.
Yeah.
You know, so if the car looks nice and shiny, I might want it, but if it doesn't, I don't want it.
Yeah.
So it's not about being insensitive. It's about how it was filmed, who wrote it, the actors in it. There's more to it than the meaning of it. You know, so like I said in the comments, if it's a great film and it's a must watch, then I will happily watch it. But we're doing trailer reactions, and my reaction to that trailer is for the story and where I think they can take that story. I didn't see enough.
Right.
And that's me.
Just before I bring you in, Damien, I just wanted to pick up on a point that you made. Like, we're not being biased when we do these trailer reactions as well, because as Leon said, there might be a film that's fantastic and I really want to watch. And the good example of that, of a film that I really want to watch that we did a trailer reaction to, was Lady of Heaven. Being a Muslim, I really want to watch that film. I didn't like the trailer, and I said as much. We said as much.
Yeah.
You know, didn't we? We thought it was very shot very cinematically and whatnot, but we didn't feel it told us
anything
what the film that was about exactly. No. Or yes, we understood it was about the Prophet Muhammad's daughter Fatima, but in what context?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Then what?
Exactly. So it didn't really say anything, and I commented on that and I slated the trailer, even though I really want to watch the film. So as Leon said, yes, it could be a fantastic film. We haven't seen the film, so we can't tell you whether it's good or not. We're just telling you from the perspective of the trailer what we think,
how it was depicted.
Right. Damien, what do you have to say about all of this?
I probably won't be able to articulate myself on this particular trailer as well as Leon and Larry have, because I've not had a lot of time to mull over it today. But
he's been busy.
I've been busy at work. But what I will say is the one thing we probably haven't touched on within all of that, and the points you made are very valid, is the other idea of when the trailers we review by and large are based on something that Leon pointed out during the trailer reaction. It's based on films we can go and switch our brains off to when we're there. There are certain types of films that we don't tend to be drawn to, not because they're not good films, not because we are discrediting the subject matter or we're being in any way, shape or form, I don't know how to say, not caring about what you're portraying on the screen, but it doesn't always sit well with us because of where it takes us. Point in case being, when I was at Larry to see Detroit, Larry wasn't keen on seeing that movie because, and he mentioned it after, as great as it was, it's a one-time watch because of the context of the film. There are certain subject matters that are put on to cinema that are not always easy to watch. And as I said when I responded to the trailer, if this is about a real shooting, I wouldn't be particularly keen to go and see that.
Yeah.
Because emotionally, it's going to take me to a place I don't really want to go when I sit down. If it's one that's fictional and there won't be characters that they're going to bring up on screen that you know have died in real life, to a degree, I can disattach from that, to a small degree. I know it's still based on events that have happened in real life, but it's not someone's actual child that's being put up on the screen told about them being shot in a school. So I can have a little bit of a distance from that. That's pretty much the only thing I can say. And again, what we said in the trailer reaction, and we all said this was, and we mentioned about this before in terms of slavery films, they're not films that we're going to draw to the cinema to go and watch just because of the context of it, because we know what people went through and it's going to put us in a certain mindset watching that.
You have to be prepared.
You have to be prepared for that. So when people turn and say, oh, you're being insensitive, what we said was it's not the type of film that we're going to be drawn to go and see because of the context of the film. When you take away all the other hyperbole about what we brought out, the deep message was right at the bottom of it. That's not the kind of film we want to see at the cinema because you have to be in a certain mindset. Walking into that film, you have to go, right, I'm going to go to a deep place emotionally. Am I ready for that? Which is why they kind of made light of me saying with tissues and stuff, but I will get emotionally drawn in with films.
I think that can go for any of us.
Yeah.
That's why we said about crying in the pop. When I go to the cinema and I got my popcorn and you bring your partner and I want to come out a bit positive sometimes.
Yeah.
That's something you might watch at home. Should we put this on, sweet?
Yeah.
Should we watch this?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Not because it's out February 14th. Okay, I'm ready on February 14th to go down some negative rabbit hole.
Right. No, you're 100%.
You know.
This is the thing. Like, when we came out watching Detroit, like
Well, you were madder than me.
I loved the film.
You were
but
madder
I was
than me.
not
I
in
remember.
I was not in a good place. I came out. I was like, I do not want to go on YouTube right now because I will go on a rant against anyone that has any issue with that film at all and its context. Like, if you're racist, steer clear of me for about the next 50 years of your life. But
it was because that film, just to go off on a quick tangent with that film, because that film, you know, normally you get the Hollywood endings. That film stayed true to what really happened. They all got away with it. All the racist cops got away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, brilliant, as Damien said, brilliant film. But the subject matter and the ending was such a downer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It made me feel so angry and, you know, that's why I can only watch those kind of films once. So you were going to say something.
No, I was going to say, for example, 7 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
12 years a slave.
12 years a slave, sorry. Yeah, 7 years. If only. Like 1,200 years. Yeah, do you know what I mean? But the point I'm making is that won awards.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
I wasn't drawn to seeing it.
I know. And you've made that very clear.
And the
you're not
subject
drawn to
matter
it.
is very close to me. Sometimes too close. You just gotta manage your own things.
Yeah.
So just because it's relevant, they're black, I'm black. My ancestors went through slavery. What does that mean? That doesn't mean I have to be emotionally ready when I'm not ready. So there may be a time I watch it.
Well, that then goes down to another point that, and this could be seen as, I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, we live in a country, we're from the UK, we live in a country, as you said this to me earlier today, we live in a country where we don't get school shootings we've had one and the law changed. The Dunblane.
Yeah.
Right? Now, for whatever reason, America doesn't want to go that route. That's not for us to discuss. We're not politicians. But the point is that we can empathize, but we can't empathize like an American can to a school shooting, because you know that could happen to any one of you or your kids or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Whereas we don't have that. So it's kind of similar to, for instance, Detroit. Now, as much as I love my friend here, the way, even though he was really charged by it, the way he would react to it is not the same as I would react to it because of the subject matter. You know what I mean? So you have to take all of this in mind. You know, we're trying to entertain. You got to remember with this show, we're trying to entertain a whole bunch of people, and not everyone is going to get where we're coming from. You know, we can't just be very serious and, you know, very,
because the subject matter.
Yeah, because of the subject matter.
Serious.
Because we've got to keep it entertaining, pretty much. You know what I mean? And it's not trying to make light of any situation. Which was here to tell you our reaction to the trailer. That's the
not
bottom
to
line.
the meaning.
Yeah.
Not to the subject matter. Just to the way it's depicted.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like last thing when we spoke about Batman and Robert Pattinson. We was like, Robert Pattinson being then the trailer came out, absolutely brilliant.
And we
your words.
ate our words.
Yeah, because
we ate humble pie.
it's about the advertisement.
You know what I mean?
And if they did it poorly, I'm like, boy.
Yeah. And now that's one of our most anticipated films of 2022.
Right. I want to see Robert as Batman.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm excited.
So we're not biased. We're not trying to make light of anything. And if we are wrong, we will say we were wrong. So I would say we're not taking anything back what we said. But if anyone was offended and if anyone thought that we were being insensitive, that wasn't our intention. And I think we've explained ourselves pretty well now. So hopefully going forward, you can understand where we're coming from with our trailer reactions and take it in a certain type of way. So is that all that needs to be
I
said.
think that
guys?
wraps it
I
up.
think pretty
Yeah,
much, yeah.
okie doke.
Okay.
So, what do you think about what we just said?
In a less somber moment.
Do you still
Yeah.
think we're Generation Z?
You still think we're old?
Yeah.
Old, yeah. Listen,
They're old.
Is it? Yeah.
I
Whatever.
look old. That's the difference.
Listen, let's let us know what you think about what we've just said in the comments down below. Listen, we want to engage with our audience and we want to give you the best entertainment without feeling.
Yeah, and not only that, we just want to represent ourselves in the right way. Like
As
that,
well.
this is where we're coming from.
Yeah,
Like, we're not
yeah.
insensitive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, which is why we're not taking anything back on what we said, because we feel that we're validating what we said and we've just explained ourselves.
Yeah,
So
just more depth to it.
yeah. Anyway,
All right.
comments down below.